Texas A&M versus Bama. It's a Saturday primetime game, 8 Eastern on CBS. The vibe I've gotten from sort of gauging the temperature in Tuscaloosa is very clear. 2020 LSU. That game was a bloodbath. It was stemmed from the 2019 game where LSU beat Bama. There was a lot of talking afterwards, and it was never forgotten. And even though Bama, I think, was favored by 30 by the time the game kicked off, no one cared. I've rarely seen that team more razor-sharp, focused, and motivated to just embarrass someone. They want to embarrass A&M. Now, it doesn't matter. They want to embarrass everyone they play. I'm just saying, if you look at that point spread and you think, I don't really think they're into it. That was last year. This kind of situation presented itself last year, and they got caught. I don't think they get caught in that same trap twice. So that doesn't mean an upset couldn't happen, but boy, it's going to have to be earned. The biggest talking point, a couple of them, around Texas A&M this week. Connor Wegman. Now, I happen to think this is ludicrous, but some in the A&M community think that this would be a good time for Jimbo Fisher to play the true freshman quarterback. Again, I can't stress to you enough how ludicrous I think that concept is. If he's ready now, he was ready last week, is my point. So this is not the game I would debut him. It's not being scared, it's being smart. The second talking point is 2023. A lot of people have already resigned themselves to the fact that this season's kind of lost, or we're going to make the offensive adjustments necessary in 2023. I'm not interested in talking about that right now because you got a game this Saturday, and then you're going to have several more. Bama is undefeated at home in October under Nick Saban. A stat I did not realize, but it makes sense. So is there a path to an upset here? Technically, the answer is yes. Technically. And I'm going to say this very simply, but it's a lot more difficult to execute. If you could just limit explosive plays, boy, you got a shot. Common sense, I know. Bama leads the country. They're number one in FBS in plays of 20-plus yards. They got 35 of them already this year. When you watched them against Texas, it's very easy to say things like, boy, if we took away that Jace McClellan touchdown run, that'd be a different game. Boy, last week, if you took away that Jalen Milroe run, if you took away a couple of Jahmyr Gibbs runs, well, the point is you can't because that's part of them offensively. But in any one-game scenario, if you could limit them, it makes a ton of difference on the scoreboard. Can Texas A&M do that? Well, that's their path if they want to pull an upset. But here's the problem. Even if they can, here are 5 very, very challenging words, but necessary words. You still have to score. It's basically been a staple of every A&M preview video we've done so far this year. Even if you check box 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, defense, special teams, you still have to score. And I don't think they can. I don't really care who you throw out there at quarterback. I happen to think Max Johnson would give them a better shot in this game. I don't know if he's going to be healthy enough to play. I don't think Haynes King's a good matchup at all here, and I think they're going to struggle to score mightily. Having said that, this is not a team, this is not a Texas A&M team athletically that is going to easily wilt. They will not. They will play the game of the year. It may not be the outcome of the year. They will play at as high a level as you've seen them play all year. It will be a one-game season type vibe from them. You will not be able to tell what their record is by the intensity with which they play. All those things I agree with, I believe. If you think Bama's about to buzzsaw them in the first quarter, I'm not sure that's the way this goes. But I think Bama's going to end up winning the game convincingly. I just don't necessarily know that it's like a Bama versus G5 or MAC level competition type outcome. If it's Jalen Milroe at quarterback, if it's not Bryce Young, and boy, there is not a lot of information to be had. Nick Saban's done a really good job on bottling all that up this week. At least nothing that we can say. If it is Jalen Milroe, and I've seen A&M try and defend the run this year, Bama could paper cut them to death. Bama could theoretically throw the ball 10 to 15 times and run the ball over 50 times Saturday if they wanted to, and it would be a healthy game plan for a win. I don't know if it's a 24-point win, but it's a healthy game plan for a win. Yards per carry, A&M 97th in the country defensively in yards per carry against. I don't think I need to tell you how much better that has to be Saturday. Let's take a look at what the model thinks. Let's take a look at what we think. Now, I'm going to show you a line. This is with Bryce Young. So, and quite frankly, I think the Vegas number is planning on Bryce Young playing. We don't know if he's going to play. So the Caesars line right now is Bama minus 24. Oh, game of the year, Bama minus 24. Our model has Bama minus 25. So it agrees, pending the status of Bryce Young. Here's what I'm going to do. I am going to take Bama to win the game. I'll just go with the model because we don't have solid intel on the quarterback situation right now, and I will take them to cover. That's not a strong lean because that's a huge fat number, and so I'm not really attracted either way on the side there, but I will take Bama to win. Shocking, I know. I will lean Bama at home. Guys, thanks for watching Late Kick. Make sure and leave a comment. I love interacting with you. But most of all, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. That's how we keep all of this free.